Everybody, it is Monday afternoon. Just hopping on here, ready to kick off our hour of cold calling to motivated sellers. Let's go ahead and enable this on Facebook so Facebook friends can join along. All right. Okay, so we had a good call session yesterday on Sunday. We had quality conversations, and we're actually going to follow up today. We have some offers to make. Let's see if they'll answer the phone, and we will continue our prospecting. So let's go ahead. Let's do our offers first. Let's see if we can bring them up. All right, so Sandra here. Sandra.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has...
All right, nothing rang there. We'll try her again a little later. We got two others that we could follow up on. Let's get going. All right, so we had a counter offer from yesterday. We offered 115. Seller said he had offers of 140 on the table. However, nothing was accepted yet. So I did a little due diligence with the team, and looks like we can do better, closer to what he's asking. However, we have to see if it can be delivered vacant. So might be something that the seller's not willing to do, but we'll find out. All right, so that's one loaded. Jesus. All right, so actually it looks like he never gave us he gave us a price, and we have to go ahead and set up an appointment for this one. So let's go ahead.
Hello?
Hey, Jesus, this is Ryan. How you doing?
Hey, what's happening? How you doing?
Good. I just wanted to get back to you, as I mentioned yesterday. I forgot to ask you yesterday, or maybe it did, and I got lost in the conversation. But your family is currently staying there. Are they paying you rent, or you're just letting them stay there for free?
No, well, it's not my family. I call it family, but that is actually my friend. No, I get the rent.
Oh, you do? Okay, because I had two things. I had one was 1,300, then somewhere else I had 1,500. I think you're at 13, right?
Yeah, I'm at 13, and I was talking to you the last time that I was gonna do 15 because I was ready to build two rooms in the basement.
Yeah, I got you. That's why I have the 15. Okay, just wanted to get clarification on that. So,
but go ahead.
Okay, so just curious, if we end up working out a deal, is this definitely coming with the tenants, or is that our decision where you could say, hey, I'll take care of getting them out, or hey, it's your choice if you want to, allow them to stay?
It's your choice. It's your choice, but I would love them to stay, because they've been there for a few years.
Right.
They okay with it. I have no problem with it, or the rent, but on everything on that day on time, they pay everything. So
Okay, no worries at all. So we'd definitely like to get access, and I believe I'll double check with my associate, but I think we could have somebody in the area tomorrow. Is there any? Does that work for you? Or is another day better?
probably just during the week and Saturday, because I'm ready to work tomorrow.
Okay.
So I gotta be at the state pretty much.
Understood. I know a lot of my guys are not necessarily there on the weekends. Do you ever get back early? I mean, we like to look at it when it's still daytime. Do you ever get home from work around like 6 or 7?
Like around 7 probably. Well, I mean, I'm available today. Like I told you yesterday, I'm available today, so I have a problem today.
I'll tell you what. I'll hang up with you real quick. I'll see if I can get somebody over there. You're flexible for today and I guess a little bit of the evening?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Let me see if I can make that happen. And then what I'll do is, if it's okay with you, I could share your number if I need to, and they could reach out and coordinate.
Yeah, that's not a problem. As long as they say the name or whatever, so then I know where they are.
Understood. Okay. Let me try to get that going, and then I'll get right back to you, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. Sounds good, Jesus. I'll talk to you shortly.
Definitely.
All right. Talk to you. All righty. So let's see if we can get our team over there. All right, so I'm going to shoot a text message. Let's see if we can get this happening. Hey, we can get access to Layler Street today. The seller is only available on the weekends. Can we make this happen today? Question mark. All right, lots of typos in there. Apparently the text-to-speech has been different these days. Oh. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can arrange for that. And okay. Had no answer on the one we were going to make an offer. Let's bring up this other one. This is a follow-up to the counter that the seller gave us yesterday. All right. All right, quick review of the notes. Again, we offered 115. He rejected that. He wants 150 to get this done. Okay. And we needed this potentially to get delivered vacant. If he can do that. Hey, Neil, Ryan here. How you doing? Good. So I have potential good news for you. I had a good conversation with the team earlier, ran them, through the scenario here. I gave them your feedback about your 140 on the table and, getting 150 if that can be possible. If we can get you closer or at that number, is it possible you can deliver this vacant?
What's that?
If we can get you your 150, are you able to deliver the property vacant?
I doubt that. it is just a month-to-month agreement, but I don't. I really don't know if I'll be able to get them out.
Get them out there. Okay.
Uh,
Well, I'll tell you what. How about access? Is that possible to get someday this week? Like I said, I could send one of the guys there, just have him come in either as a contractor, inspector.
Well, calling later in the week, I should be working pretty long.
Okay. Any day work better than others, so I could plug that in here and.
Well, tomorrow's bad. I got a friend of mine buying a house in March, so I got to take care of what she needs to be done over there. But I have later in the week's okay.
So maybe Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see what I could arrange, and then we'll go from there.
All right, very good.
All right, Neil. Good talking to you. I'll be in touch. All right. So we are roughly at 2 for 3, right? So again, this one, we just want to go ahead, try to get some access, obviously by meeting them in person. You could further build rapport, etc. They know we're serious. And, if we're somewhat close on the price, if the meeting goes well and everything goes well, usually you should come to some kind of agreement. So we'll see what happens there. We're caught up on those 3. At the end of today's shift, we'll do another call out to Sandra, see if we can get a hold of her. So let's just keep plowing through on the rest of the leads here. So we had a good call or good conversations last week, especially on the weekend. And a good answer rate. A lot of people were home on Sunday. All right, let's see if we can get some more people on the phone.
Hi, this is George. Please leave a message, and I'll get back to you as soon.
All right. So not unexpected, right? Most people probably at work if they're not still working from home after COVID. All right, so that's updated.
Hello?
Hey, is this Ed?
Yes.
Hey, Ed, my name's Ryan. I don't know if you remember speaking to me. You spoke to me and actually a couple people from my team, actually a bunch of times over the years now. I was just following up with you. We're looking for properties in the area and just want to know if you were maybe entertaining an offer on your property on Bangs Ave.
I would, what I'm looking for there is 430.
430K. Okay. Do you mind just because it's bit?
It has a lot of stipulations. It's really not for sale. I get calls. A couple of calls every week.
Oh, you do?
And so I don't want to dissuade people from calling, but if they have an interest, that's where I would be. If that's not to your liking, then there's thousands of other properties.
Understood. And just so I know, I mean, I'll plug this in. We'll run some numbers. When you say there's like potential issues, is this like environmental issues or just some personal stuff you got going on?
So it's personal that they I don't want anybody on the property. After we go into contracts, I can take them for a virtual tour. I don't want my tenants to be bothered any way, shape, or form.
I understand. Okay. And the tenants there, what are they currently paying?
Market price. It's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay.
5-bedroom, 2-bath. They're paying market, and I think it could be slightly above market.
Okay,
The
gotcha.
lease runs out next March.
Okay. And how long they been there for?
About 10 years.
Oh, okay. Long-term tenants. All right. Well, let me go ahead. Let's plug this in here. And again, so I'm sorry, you're at 4, was that 20 or 30?
430. But we can split the difference and do it 4.25.
Sounds good. All right. Well, let me go ahead, run some numbers, see if it's something we can work with. To be completely transparent with you, I do believe it's more than we can pay, but If it's something that looks like it's worth the conversation, I'll get right back to you.
That'd be great. Thank you.
All right, Ed, have a great one. All right, so just a little bit of reference here. I have notes in here from 2014, October. So as you can see, sure, there's this particular this particular seller. There's no major motivation, but he still owns the property. And here we are, how many years later? 7 years later, and it makes sense to go ahead and pretty much go through any records, any properties, any people that you've talked to in the past. You never know. So let's keep it moving. All right.
Hello, this is Ed Gullo of Wellspring.
All right. Had the right person, just no answer. That was another one that we've had in our database for quite some time. Just over 15 minutes, or about, just over 15 minutes in, we're continuing our 1 month, our 30 days, 1 hour a day cold calling, and we're calling motivated sellers. And it's a mixed bag between new prospects that we're targeting and follow-ups, even offers that have been rejected in the past. We're reaching out to them to see if it's something that they're potentially interested in selling now. All right. Okay. Just going through some of the previous correspondences that we had. Let's see if this one's going to make sense.
Your call.
Okay, no answer. We'll keep it moving. Out of state seller.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 9.
All right. All righty, listing moved. So This next property has a lot of activity, at least through Zillow. I was able to speak with somebody a couple years back, and then unfortunately, we were never able to reconnect. Let's just see.
The number you have reached is not in service. This is a recording.
All right, let's try some of the other numbers. All right, so it looks like all the phone numbers we have for this actually has been disconnected. We'll have to skip trace them, try to get some updated numbers or send them a letter. So that was interesting. We spoke to the seller a few years ago, then we were not able to reconnect, and it looks like they had a little bit of action with some renting on and off. So property looks like it definitely could use some updates and repairs. It's a good area. So we can go ahead and reach out to them and maybe work out a deal in the future. All right, let's see what else we got here. That's a sold property. All right, actually we bought this one. All right, just continuing our cold calling. Today actually marks, we just completed 2 weeks. Today's day 15, so we're halfway through. So far we have a handful of leads that are decent prospects. I'll get the metrics for you guys, I'll share them. And we have some potential offers, hopefully will be accepted. So I'm optimistic that we can get at least one deal within 30 days of doing an hour a day of cold calling. All right, so we're going to shift systems here. Let's bring up some other records that we can go ahead and send out some cold callers. Excuse me. Cold calling. All right. Appreciate you guys jumping on, joining me in this journey. It's been eventful to say the least. Obviously, the first 2 weeks, a lot of challenges with our systems, but nonetheless, we have phone numbers, we have names, we have addresses, and we have a working phone number. So that's all we really need. I'm going to go ahead and try to bring up one of these other lists. All right, so if you guys are just hopping on, haven't been following, we prospect a variety of lists. Typically speaking, we look for multiple levels of motivation. So what that means is if we're doing, let's just say, a shotgun blast of some area, we may just take a zip code and just put out a mailer to everyone, or maybe even phone calls for that matter. If we're going to be more, let's say, of a rifle approach, a targeted approach, we may say, okay, let's go ahead and target absentee owners, or let's target tax delinquents, or let's target probates, or let's target expired listings, whatever it may be, which is also a potentially broad area depending on obviously the size of the list. So for example, absentee owners is a popular one we like to target, but as you niche that down, so we put more criteria. So you may say they have to own the property for 10 years at least, in which case you're thinking there's a good probability of equity. Also, maybe they, certain square footage indicators or other things that will narrow down and get more specific. But for getting multiple levels of motivation, so that's what we do. It's commonly today referred to as list stacking. So in which case you say, okay, here's our list of absentee owners. Here's our list of probates. Here's our list of tax delinquents. Here's our list of water shutoffs. Here's our list of expired MLS, and so on. And then you see, okay, this particular record, they fall under absentee owner. They're also a vacant property, and they're also behind on taxes. So they have 3 levels of motivation. So typically what we like to do is we would like to stack those particular leads, and they have a more or higher percentage probability of selling, right? Somebody who's, owned the property for a long time but have great tenants, house is in decent shape, there's probably not too much motivation there, versus somebody who has to go ahead and take somebody to eviction court, fix toilets at 3 a.m. Maybe they're out of state. Maybe they're tired of dealing with, problem tenants and relisting the property, whatever it may be. Obviously there has to be some kind of underlying motivation. So let's go ahead and bring up these other lists. All right, there we go. So again, we're using a variety of systems here. We were using REI Reply, which we ran into quite a few problems, unfortunately. So we're just kind of bumping along the best we can. We also have basically our own CRM. It's something that was built and developed way before Podio existed, but for all intents and purposes, it's like a Podio type system. So it enables us to collaborate as a team and assign tasks and do follow-ups and all that stuff. So in collaboration with trying to extract these new prospects that one of my VAs put in, we're trying to do some follow-ups as well and extract from those other systems. So we're kind of bouncing around a little bit here. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. So let's see what we got. Again, these are all offer rejecteds. I think we went through most of these over the weekend, but let's see. There's probably a couple that fell through the cracks that we could follow up with as well. All righty. All right, so this one looks like we had some type of interaction way back in October of last year. All right, so I just want to follow up. Let's see, make sure we got the right. All right, so no other correspondence. This is saying East Orange. Okay. Well, let's give him a call.
Hello?
Hey, Lipa.
Hello?
Hey, is this Lipa?
Yes?
Hey, Lipa, this is Ryan. I don't know if you remember talking to me. I spoke to you through text message last October about some property that you own in Trenton.
Okay, but which one?
The one on Stuyvesant. Or
What?
the one, yes, the one on Stuyvesant Ave. I think you had.
Again?
Sorry, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm butchering it. I call it Stuyvesant. Is it Stuyvesant Ave?
I don't have anything like that.
You don't? Okay. Maybe you sold it. Do you have anything in Trenton at all?
Not yet.
Oh, okay. So you kind of broker out the deals or wholesale them out. Okay. What do you have in New Jersey?
What?
Do you have anything in New Jersey?
I have East Orange, but on the contract ready.
East Orange. That wouldn't happen to be on Girard Ave by any chance, would it?
Where?
Gerard?
No.
Okay. No, I almost had to deal with another seller, and I guess someone else picked it up. But all right, no worries. It's good talking to you. Keep me in the loop if you come across anything in Trenton.
Okay, what are you looking to buy then?
Yeah, we're looking for some multi. I mean, we're even looking at Hamilton and Ewing. If you like, I could shoot you an email. I have lipamarkowitz@gmail.com for you. Is that the best email for you?
Yeah.
All right, great. I'll shoot you an email with what we're looking for, and anything you come across, let me know.
Okay, no problem.
All right, sounds good. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
All right, so another wholesaler. All right, so these are good resources, right? If number one, if you're actively in the market and you have, you're looking for properties, it's always good to link up with other wholesalers. They're going to find you properties typically at better price points than what's on the MLS. So not only that, if you are a wholesaler, it's also good to collaborate with other wholesalers. You may have a property that you're having difficulty moving. It may be a true deal, but you just don't have your buyer's list completely built out, whereas someone else does. So it may be worthwhile to cross collaborate and split the fee. All right, so we'll update that. Just over a half hour in here. Let's keep plugging away. Again, my model is that maximize every phone call. You go ahead, maybe the property's sold, not a problem. Do you have anything else? If it's a landlord, okay, maybe that particular property doesn't make sense. Do they have any others with problem tenants or need a lot of repairs? All right. So again, we're just going through some of these prospects. Just want to verify they're still the owner. It's not the end of the world if you call them and it's sold. Again, you just transition. But I like to try to save our time. We only have an hour to share with you guys here.
Please leave your message.
Alrighty, so didn't really expect to get her on the phone just yet because I'm looking at previous correspondence. And again, I'm calling from my landline. That number is different than our system number. So in which case they may not recognize it if they have it plugged in. But all the correspondence that happened previously in the spring, et cetera, was through text message. So if our system was up properly, I would follow up with a text and see if we can go ahead and get that back on the chopping block. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. All right, I'll have to follow up. I'd like to get a hold of them. They were in correspondence with one of my team members, and it was a 5-deal package. And it looks like the correspondence as of around July 3rd two of the properties are no longer available. So it'd be good to follow up, just see, hey, were they sold, or is it you guys decide to keep or something else? And also to see if they have any other properties that they have available for purchase at the moment. Wow. All right. So that's one I don't have to call. Looks like we made an offer. They accepted the offer at one point in the past and then decided to keep it, I believe, to a high mortgage. And it looks like the last correspondence with Joe from my team, looks like they wanted twice that amount. So there's no motivation there. That'll happen, unfortunately. Sometimes you get an offer accepted and then the homeowner talks with the spouse, maybe again, not majorly motivated. And then they want a lot more money. But, it's always good to still follow up. Hey, no worries. No, that won't work for us. But hey, let's keep in touch. All right. So let's see. We got this one. All right. So let's catch up on the notes. Oh yeah. So his asking price is actually above Zillow, and I think in that area, Zillow is somewhat accurate. So unfortunately, not too much motivated, or not really any motivation there. All right. Not sure what happened with this one, but let's find out. So it's getting hung up.
Hello.
Hey, is this Rob?
This is?
Hey, Rob, my name's Ryan. You spoke to Joe from my team pretty much over the winter and also in the spring about your property on Hobart Ave. And I was just I'm sorry.
I'm not interested in selling them.
Oh, you said them. Okay, I didn't know there was more than one property. I got you. No worries. Do you have any in Trenton that you're open to selling? Maybe ones that need work or have problem tenants?
No,
Not at the moment,
I
huh?
don't have any. No, that's why I bought them. I bought them, fixed them up, and I ran them out.
Okay, gotcha. All right. I mean, hey, if it's okay with you, can we follow up every so often? Things could change in this business and the market and whatnot. We've been actively buying there for a few years and would love the opportunity when you're ready to sell.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Hey.
Sounds good. Appreciate it again. My name's Ryan, and enjoy your summer, and we'll definitely be in touch.
all right, thanks.
All right, Rob. Take care.
Yeah.
All righty. So again, the reason for me doing that, get the permission to follow up so that, we're not haggling them. I like to go ahead and say, just as I did, hey, appreciate it. We're not a fly-by-night. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. Hey, if it's cool with you, we'd love to go ahead and follow up every so often. And when it's the right time, we're here for you. So let's go ahead. We'll update the notes on this one. Selling any properties open to us following. I probably would set that up, every 6 months or so. So let's see if we could pop that setting in here. And again, just to reiterate why I like to Let's say someone says, I'm going to sell in a year. I always like to follow up sooner, get a gauge on what their timeline looks like, because they may have lost our number or they may forget who we are. They have good intentions. But unless we're first, top of mind, so to speak, if we're not on our game and we're relying on them, unfortunately, a lot of times we lose out on the deal. So we got to be proactive and obviously not being pushy, but, we want to stay, on top of it. So, all right. So let's see. We got another one that didn't come to fruition here. Haven't touched base with them since April. Well, we tried to, but we haven't heard from them since April. Let's double check, see if this thing is all right. Good, hasn't been sold. It's just okay. So this is actually Hamilton, so a little nicer area than Trenton. Let's see what we got.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
All right. No worries. On to the next. You guys are just hopping on. We're doing our continuation of an hour a day of cold calling. Currently reaching out to homeowners we spoke to in the past, basically those that were warm that went cold. Haven't heard from them in ages, or in some of these scenarios, they have rejected an offer. So we're just following back up. Again, the market has changed, since last year, and we're obviously able to offer a little bit more. So depending on where these sellers are at in their, as far as their price points and when they're looking to sell, may be a good time for both of us. All right. All right. Seems like it's getting hung up. Let's make sure we got that. All right. We have all the information on that one. I was looking at the notes. It looked like that was a unique property, mixed use, which we're not really too interested in that area. All right, let's see. All right, here we go.
Hello.
Hey, is this Elton?
Yes.
Hey, Elton. My name's Ryan. You were talking with Joe from my team regarding your property on Prospect Street.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw the notes here, and I just wanted to follow up. I want to make sure that he didn't get anything crossed in his wires and whatnot, because I thought we were pretty close to having a deal, but obviously, in light of this new information, it would kill it. We thought that you were looking for 180 for the property. Is that correct, or was it actually 380?
This is what actually happens, man. I owe 100 on this property. I owe 130 on this property, right? Plus another 30 with a lien.
150. Okay.
So I have to cover all that first
Right.
before I can initially get what I want. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Right.
okay.
So you're saying you want to pay that'll be 150 total, right? The 120 plus the 30 is 150, and then you're saying you wanted 150 on top of that?
Yeah, I mean, I was
Hey.
hoping to get as much as I can after that point.
I don't blame you. Let me ask you this: liens aside and all that stuff, what do you think the house is worth in its current condition?
Well, this current condition is, to me, is worth about 340. You understand what I'm saying? But it needs work, you know.
Right.
I mean, I know what you can get for the house and what the house worth if you rent it. You know what I mean? But the whole issue is I owe. I'm just telling you what I owe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
I kind of want to walk away with as much as I can.
Absolutely.
So,
So yeah, the reason why I asked that is because also I know the agent that listed this for you previously, and that's why I was scratching my head because I'm saying, wait a minute.
right. See, she didn't do what she was supposed to either, because she was supposed to list the property at I don't know if we're on paper. I think she put 220 or something.
Yeah, 239.
Right. And she wasn't supposed to do that. She was supposed to put like, I think I asked her to put up for like 340 or 350 or 360 at the time. I mean, 260 at the time.
Okay.
Because at the time, I didn't have no liens or nothing on it. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm taking another loss because of that.
Right.
She screwed the whole job up, man. You know her. She was a nice person, but she did what she wanted. All she did was list it and walked away from it.
Gotcha. Well, the person I was referring to was a gentleman, Joe or whatnot. So maybe it was another agent.
It was a lady. It was a lady. So.
Okay,
Right.
maybe in his office. All right, no worries. But so interestingly enough, though, when this was listed at 239, it gets put on Zillow and Trulia and the MLS. Like literally hundreds and thousands and maybe millions of people have access to this.
Right.
So they saw like an active price at 239. Yeah, I'm surprised if it was worth, let's say, over 300. Did you have people banging down your door, or did you get like tons of offers?
No, I didn't get no offers. Crazy fuck. When she did it, I didn't get no offers, man.
Well, the reason why I asked that is because if it was put out to, let's say, hundreds and thousands of people, millions of people, and it was well below market, you would get flooded with a ton of offers, a ton of showings, requests, and all that stuff. So I guess at the end of the day, I'm just thinking that if asking over 340, is that indicative of really what the house is worth? You know, because that was the reason for me calling.
This what happened, man. I had people come out, and they came out and they basically said, look, hey, the bathroom stays, the kitchen stays, but everything else, the yard was big, everything else, they wanted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had like 3 people come out, and then after that, there was no more. So I was like, put it like this, man. I know what it's worth. I know what I can get for a month. If I had the money to fix it up, I could get $2,500 or more every month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just backed away from it.
I got you. What are you currently getting over there?
Huh?
What are you currently collecting in rent?
I'm not collecting anything. I live there. I pay $1,300. I pay $13 something a month.
You're paying for your cost. You're saying the mortgage and all that stuff.
Right. My cost is
I got you. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I only owe 130 on the property, and I wouldn't have owed that if I wouldn't have got sick again, because I was paying it down. So, long story short, I just got aggravated with it because I didn't have money to restore the property the way I really wanted.
Right.
Because I knew if I would restore it, I know what I would have got, because everybody's houses is going up around here. Because I was talking to one of my neighbors, and he said, "That's all you gonna sell your house for?" And I just looked at him and said, "Well, man, I don't have the money to get it up to 300 or more."
Right.
I'm saying, because I know what I could have got for it.
I'm with you.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, that's I get it. I mean, everyone has stuff going on, and I deal with homeowners like yourself all the time, and that's usually where I come in. Let's say the house needs a good amount of work, and they don't want to be bothered, or maybe they inherited a property and they're out of state and they don't want to list with an agent. They don't want to deal with finicky home buyers, or I mean, maybe they're dealing with a problem tenant, and they're like, "Listen, Ryan, I'll trade some of the equity. Just get me out of this." As is. I don't want to make any repairs. I don't want to pay any commissions. I don't want to show the house to anybody. I just want to be done in 30 days or less. You take all these headaches, and in which case, yes, I'll give you a discount so it makes sense for you, makes sense for me. I mean, is that something that would work for you, or you're just like, hey, I'm content
Well,
here?
it depends on what you're talking about price-wise. You know what I mean? Because like I said again, I got a lien of 30 out of the government, $10,000. You know what I'm saying? That's $40,000. I gotta come with, right?
What are the liens for again? Because I've negotiated a ton of short sales back in 2009, 2010. Depending on the lien, sometimes you can negotiate them lower.
The problem with it was I missed the court date. I missed the court date by being sick or getting aggravated with these people.
Right.
Last letter I owed, it was like $20,000 or more. So, and then what they said was it was accumulating so much interest annually. So I don't know if it was $2 a day, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I was told that it's gonna be hard for me to get around that at this point.
Correct.
And
right.
Because that was one issue. Then the second issue was by me having cancer and I couldn't work. They held my pension back because I became disabled through the process. So those two things got in the way of of me getting out of this situation. So now, because not having medical insurance, I got to pay that hospital bill.
Shit.
So it's just a whole load of stuff that
right.
I got to get all the money I can. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
And if they put me on a bill plan, that's what I was suggesting. Hey.
So let me ask you this: this is the state that's got the liens on the house? It sounds like.
No, it's a company called Coin and somebody out of New York. They picked up an old loan I had, and I couldn't get nobody to loan me like $10,000. It just paid the extra $3,000 I would have owed them.
Right.
I didn't even wanted to pay that because when I went to pay them back when I was working, somehow the credit union gave it to some company and they like disappeared, and then all of a sudden they popped up 6 years later.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't want to give any false promises, but I mean, if we worked out a deal and on a price that makes sense, I'd be more than happy to try to see if we can negotiate those liens.
What kind of price you thinking?
So that's a good question. I mean, I'm going by right now just the photos that I'm looking at on Zillow. Right? Is this probably a good reflection of what the house looks like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. I think actually one of my associates, did you meet Gene over there last week?
Yeah, I'm in a tall guy. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Because he took so again, when we were originally talking with him, we were going off the number that you gave us of the 180, and that's what we were thinking made sense. So we found out that in the notes, like I said, it was a huge increase. I'm like, maybe I missed something, maybe Joe missed something. Let me go ahead and give you a call.
Well, see, he missed something because hold on. Just hold on a few seconds. Okay?
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, just give me a few minutes. Hey, hello?
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, so, the thing of it is this, man. I got an offer of $100,000 to walk away clear, but they were willing to pay the 30 off and give me the 10. You know what I'm saying?
So
I that's what I got from somebody.
Wait, so you have 100 to pay off what exactly?
No, in other words, they're going to give me 100. They're going to pay the 130 off on the mortgage, and take the house. You're gonna pay the 130 off the mortgage, right?
Right.
And then they're gonna give me 100. So now I'm at 230.
Got it. 230.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Any reason why you didn't accept that deal? Because I mean, I think that's more than what we were able to come up with. But like I said, I'm more than happy to talk with
No,
Gene.
no, no. I was going to accept the deal. But I was trying to see if somebody else would come up with more. But it's like this, man. I've been in a rock and a hard place with this because I got other businesses going on that I'm trying to get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
3 other properties that I can't get an extra sale that she's holding me down, talking about she was staying, fix them up, and I'm ready to relocate. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And then I got a property that's already in the making of being redone that I got to take care of.
Understood. Did you inherit all these things, or did you buy them and you?
Oh man, I was married and I had like 7 properties and a couple of acres of land, and man, listening to how I sold one for one and didn't make no money off, and I took and paid off part of a property with it, and
Right.
other one I just lost money in.
Understood.
So I'm just trying to now just take all my money for retirement. You know what I mean?
I hear you. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's try to focus on this one, and if we can make this happen, I'd love to hear about your other properties as well. So pretty much, we have to do better than 230 for you to go with us, right? That's the 100.
No, see the bottom line is this. The guy offered me to walk away with 100 clear.
Yep.
So he's paying off the 100 and the 130 mortgage plus the 30 that whatever deal that he just got to make with these people to pay that off. That's the way this is going. Okay.
Right. So the way.
So basically, you had 270 right there. You know what I mean? You would have to come out with 270 to hand the house. So I'm just being straightforward with you.
Okay, got it. But let me just kind of, because I'm crossing something here. If the mortgage is 130, right, and then he's giving you 100, that's
paying off the lien, and he's giving me enough money to pay the government off.
Right. So the liens you had was another, was it 20,000? I think.
I think it's over 20. It might be 20 or 30. We don't.
Okay.
We trying to talk to them right now to get a well fixed.
All right, got it. So you're at 260. Understood. So then you're saying it'd have to be worth your time to come in higher than that point. All right.
Right.
Well, I appreciate all that info, Elton. Let me take this back, run the numbers on our end. I know that's a big jump, so I don't want to mislead you. But I'll tell you what, if there's any possibility to make this happen, I'll be getting right back to you. Truth be told, probably be by tomorrow latest. If I get something now, I'll call you right back. If not,
all right.
I'll give you a call tomorrow sometime.
Thank you.
All right, sounds good. Great talking to you, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, thank you.
You got it. All righty. So, long conversation. I consider that a good conversation, right? As you could tell, some more information came out through just kind of hanging on and, discussing some more and just kind of understanding more about his pain points, right? The more I understand about somebody's situation, the more I understand about their underlying motivation, the better I could provide solutions. So again, for that type of scenario, we had someone go out, and then for some reason there was a huge jump in his asking price. My guess is that through course of conversation, someone else came in, made him that offer, and in which case he had something astronomical say, no, I need 380. Again, something was a bit awry. Nonetheless, it's worth going ahead, taking a deeper dive, and seeing if we missed something. He is somewhat accurate on the ARV on that property. Definitely has potential, but we have to see if it makes sense. That it's quite possible the other buyer might just be, somebody who has their own business, they have cash, they want to buy it, maybe not necessarily in the real estate space. So you want to know your numbers. You don't want to get in bid wars and obviously pay a number that doesn't make sense. So let's see how we're doing. Wow. All right. We are just wrapping up, approaching the hour mark. What we're going to do is let's give Sandra a quick call. We'll follow up. We're supposed to make her an offer. See if we can get her on before we sign off. And where is it? All right. try to find this real fast. All right, so just trying to search to bring this record up. I lost my screen. All right. Let's see if that works. Good and good. One last call for alcohol. What's going on here? There we go. Didn't want to dial. Come on, Sandra.
I'm sorry.
All righty, we will follow up her tomorrow. We are due a offer for Sandra. So that's going to wrap up for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, thanks for joining me in the journey. Had some good conversations today. Love to continue this tomorrow as well. And we will be hopping on in the afternoon sometime, possibly a little earlier. And we will continue our hour of cold calling to motivated sellers trying to land a real estate deal in 30 days or less. So appreciate you guys joining me on the journey.